Okay, today I'm going to make pasta fagioli or pasta fagioli, depending on where you're from. Of course, I'm in the South, so I'll probably sound horrible saying it, but according to a friend of mine who is a New York Italian, it's pasta fagioli. So for this video, that's what I'm going to call it. So for this, you're going to need beef stock. You're going to need 2 pounds or a little over 2 pounds of ground meat. You're going to need onion, or I like to have seasoning blend, but you can put a whole onion in it if you would prefer. You need carrots and celery. You need 2 28-ounce cans of diced tomatoes. You need a can of spaghetti sauce. I use the chunky, but you can use different brands, whatever you prefer. You're going to need a can of white beans and a can of black kidney beans. I'll use Italian seasoning instead of doing the oregano and all that other stuff. I just use Italian. I use salt and pepper. This is my crazy mixed up salt. Took me forever to find this again. I had to wind up ordering it on Amazon. You know, that commercial, we put this on everything. Well, I put this in everything. It's just a seasoning blend that has a little bit of everything in it. So I'm going to get all this, put it in the pot, and walk you through each step. Okay, so I browned my meat with my onion seasoning mix, the salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, and my crazy mixed up salts. While this is browning and all the vegetables, those get clear, I'm going to get my carrots and carrots and celery cut up. I did forget to mention that you're going to need some of these ditalini, however you pronounce that, noodles. This is what they use in Olive Garden's recipe. I've tried it with the small shell noodles and other noodles. These just seem to work better, but it depends on if you can find it. Okay, next step. All right, so we got the meat brown. I have 3 carrots chopped up and 5 stalks of celery. I've got my white beans, my dark beans, I've got my sauce, I got all this. So what's fun about this recipe is you pretty much, once your meat's brown, you just pour everything in there and you let it cook. You don't have to really do anything special. You know, of course, you're going to stir it and things like that, but you can just add all your ingredients. Now, you could also do this in a crock pot. Maybe it's easier for some people to do it in a crock pot because that way, all you have to do is just put all your ingredients. You brown your hamburger meat, but everything else you just pour in there. You could put it on high for 4 to 6 hours. I don't know, 4 to 5 hours, or you can do on low 7 hours, on high 4 hours. But at least that's something you can do. You could just put it in, just let it go from there. You're going to just put all your ingredients in here. You're going to let it cook. You've got your carrots and you've got your celery that's going to have to soften up. So, you know, it's going to have to cook a little bit on the pot, on the stove. I usually cook it on medium high. I'm going to add a jar full of water here. Oh, I forgot to say, you do drain your beans. I just drain them from the can. We're going to get this simmering, get it going, and Okay, this has been simmering for approximately an hour and a half. I'm going to add my noodles now. Add about approximately half a box. The noodles are small, but of course, you know, they will swell up after they're boiled. This is going to need to cook or simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes until the noodles are al dente, however you say that. Again, I'm in the South. We're going to cover this, let it simmer. Once it's done, once the noodles are done, probably going to have to add a little bit more salt because the noodles will absorb some of that salt. But we will taste it as I've been doing throughout. Make sure you always taste your food. And we will see how it goes. Okay, this has been simmering hour and a half. I have put my noodles in, so everything is done now. So I'm going to scoop me some up. Look how pretty this is. Now, if you like more, I don't know, if you want to say juicier, don't add water. I would say add you a little bit of maybe some V8 juice. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't suggest water because you really don't want to water this down. Sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese, make you some garlic bread to go with it, and you have got you a nice bowl of pasta fagioli soup. Enjoy.